And here from the G and Ursula Show, here he is, co-host and Tacoma real estate expert, G. Scott. So it looks like the Renters Protection Initiative is winning, but barely. It's got 50.4% of the vote. Have we asked you where you stand on this yet?
I'm on the fence.
You're on the fence.
Yeah, this is.
Are you a landlord?
No, I'm not. This is a very tough one. It's very complex. I really do see both sides with this. I think we all can agree that there should be some type of notice when it comes to extreme increased rent, right? There should be, we do have an understanding about the winter months in eviction, and we do have an understanding about, eviction maybe during the school year. So yes, I understand that side of it. But I also understand that there's different types of landlords, right? You asked me if I was a landlord. I'm not. But if I were, I would probably have maybe, 1 to 3 places, right? And then there's the corporate side of things, right? And they're bigger. And what I'm saying is this specifically right here is hard on the smaller landlords. And I hope everybody can see that, because if someone takes advantage of the not getting evicted during the winter months or not getting evicted during the school year, what does that do for a small landlord? Now, the big corporate company, they're fine. Oh, you know what? We'll get Larry and Lois out of that house at some point. But it's the winter month, no problem. But meanwhile, if it's a smaller landlord, they're struggling, right? They're probably on fixed income. This is all they have. So I see both sides. How do you fix it? The same way I keep talking about everything. People need to make more money, right? We always are trying to subsidize in other areas and all these other ideas. We haven't tried I keep going back to the UBI. I know people don't like that.
Universal basic income.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody gets something.
People don't like that. But you prevent things like this, right? And it's no doubt about it. You have down in the Pierce County area, rent has increased over the last 3 years over 20%. We know wages has not increased that much, right? Wages are at like 4 or 5%. Mm-hmm. You have groceries, gas, all of the different things that come into play. And this is another thing where I just think that smaller landlords will hurt in this situation. So it's a tough one.
A lot of the universal basic income studies, too, have shown that it does actually get used for rent, for groceries, that it's a leg up, I know that the feeling is often, well, I didn't get free money. Why is this person getting free money? It's like, okay, consider yourself lucky. And then if one day you fall on hard times, be glad that safety net is there. Right. We all sometimes need a little help.
I'm glad you brought that up, Colleen, because I know that there are people like, well, I didn't, and I didn't get that help. I had to work.
Like the college tuition.
All that stuff. I had to work. Let's be crystal clear. If people in your community, in your neighborhood, in your area, surrounding area, if they are struggling financially, everybody hurts from that.
We're all paying for it in one way or another.
We all pay for it.
Yeah. Right? Where does that, quote, free money go? It goes to the landlord, right?
Right.
Or it goes to the hospital, or it goes to somebody.
Yeah. So I just wish that, like even this topic right here, I could easily, right? I'm not a landlord. I could easily come out against and be like, hey, you know what? These landlords, they knew what they were getting into. Mm-hmm. But I don't, because that's not the realistic way of doing things. I think that my last thing that I want to say is also, when it comes to renting, that at the end of your lease, whether it's 6 months or a year lease, guess what's going to happen at the end of your lease?
Your rent's going to go up.
Come on now. You know that. I know that. We all know that.
But how much it goes up should be in some way controlled.
Yeah. You know what should be controlled? Them property taxes. How about that?
That too.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's a whole other subject.
See y'all.
G. Scott with Ursula at 9 a.m.